Her examination revealed normal vital signs. Oh my goodness, let's take her to the emergency room because everything is normal. Period. That's it, period. Her examination revealed normal vital signs. In other words, it didn't reveal anything. The only finding was a mild tremor without rigidity. Well, guess what, sports fans? If any 18-year-old woman goes to the emergency department because she's vomited and because she's got nausea and she took a supplement and now she's scared, she's going to have a tremor, okay? The same thing is true. I mean, anybody who goes to the emergency department, I mean, first of all, emergency departments are also usually pretty cold. So, like, you could go, if she's hungry and anxious and cold, she's going to have a tremor, okay? Let's get over ourselves. Let's be doctors for like 30 seconds when we're reading this, you know? Let's not act like we're a bunch of scared little whatevers.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Dr. Vasquez here, coming to you live. And right now, I'm going to talk about part number 4 on the dangers of lithium and why you should never take lithium and why it's completely dangerous. And the reason I know it's dangerous is because I'm actually reading medical research like this article. Title of this article is Possible Dangers of a Nutritional Supplement, Lithium Orotate. This was published in 2013 by the renowned scholar Richard Ballon. And this was published from his position as a psychiatrist working in the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Neuroscience and Anesthesiology at Wayne State University School of Medicine. So you know this is going to be accurate. You know it's going to be good. You know it's going to be the pure truth. So let's see, this was published in Annals of Clinical Psychiatry. Man, so you know this is going to be good. You know it's going to be accurate and 100% truthful. I mean, this guy has dedicated his life to studying the brain. And he's a professor, Richard. Yeah, so it's a he, presumably.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you? Sir? I said, you don't know what you're talking about.
So you know this is going to be good, and it was published out of a medical school, and it was published in a major journal, Annals of Clinical Psychiatry, and it was published in 2013. So if this were to be some heinous piece of garbage, they would have retracted it by now. So time itself is yet another guarantee of the quality of this monumental piece of garbage published by this utter buffoon from his position at whatever dumbass university in this dumbass journal. So we're gonna take a look at this article right now. I'm gonna give you my opinion, but I'm not gonna just give you my opinion based on one article. I mean, who would do that? No self-respecting scholar like Richard Ballon. I mean, no self-respecting scholar would just write an article like this idiot did with only 3 citations. I mean, I can't even imagine writing an article with 3 citations. I guess this guy's never published. I don't know. So anyway, but let's look at another article. So he references, to support his, scientific rigor, he actually references another study, which I'm going to look at here. This is called Lithium Toxicity from an Internet Dietary Supplement. This was published from the Department of Emergency Medicine at the University of Pittsburgh. Some of you, sorry, I'm getting a message there. Some of you will remember that yesterday in my exhaustive review of this topic, I talked about the University of Pittsburgh and where they receive their funding. So maybe that tells you something about what they're going to say in this publication, this anti-lithium publication. And it also correlates with what they just published this week in the Journal of the American Medical Association, and I reviewed that article yesterday. So we're on the trail here. We're on the right track. So let's stay on the right track. I'm going to look at 2 articles talking about lithium toxicity from an internet dietary supplement. This piece of art was published in June of 2017 in Journal of Medical Toxicology. So you know it's going to be good. But let's go back to the more recent one here. I just found this article this morning. Dangers of a possible No, possible dangers of a nutritional supplement. So, they have to put nutritional supplements in quotes because the whole field of nutrition is questionable. And so when in the English language, in writing, in grammar, if we put something in quotes, we're already making it look suspicious. So you can't just say nutritional supplement like any fucking normal human being. You can't just be normal. Or this guy can't just be fucking normal. No, he has to put nutritional supplements in quotes. So let's see what he says. I'm going to calm down a little bit, but let's see what he says. So, to the editor. So again, just like I said yesterday, this guy wrote this. If it came from a medical department and a medical school and all this kind of stuff, specialty department, it may have had to have been reviewed before they let it even out of the department because it's representing the school. So let's assume this guy obviously wrote it. Let me see. Let's see. I don't know if I guess I'll go ahead and say this because it's my video and I get to do whatever I want. But this is shit writing. This is shit writing. So there, I said it. So this guy wrote this piece of garbage. Maybe someone reviewed it before he sent it out. Then it went to the journal. Like I said before, they usually have a triage editor who looks at it and says, okay, I guess we'll look at it. Then they send it out to 2 or 3 or more. For a small letter like this, they may have reviewed it in-house. This may have not been peer-reviewed, so to speak. But let's assume they peer-reviewed it, so it went to 3 people. Then it came back to their assistant editor. Maybe they have 2 assistant editors, and then it went to the chief editor, maybe. So this thing got filtered by the... I'm going to say this 2 different ways. This thing got thoroughly filtered from an editorial standpoint, okay? But all of the people who did the filtering were all indoctrinated and embedded within the medical paradigm. So one of the important things that I wanted to include in this commentary, which was said by Noam Chomsky many, many years ago, he said, in a sense, you don't have to intentionally indoctrinate people when they have gone through a rigorous training program like medical education. He said, you don't have to overtly indoctrinate them. He said, the process itself is the indoctrination. The hazing, the sleep deprivation, the constant intimidation, the big carrot at the end of this big stick. So to go through medical training, doctors go through a lot of abuse, but they know that on the other end of that abuse, they're going to have, a chance to pursue their careers and have a very broad career. I mean, medicine is arguably the broadest career that a person could have. Meaning that once a person has, a medical degree, they can teach, they can do research, they can open their own practice, they can work in a hospital, they can work in a community clinic. They have some level of instant, credibility, even in politics. I mean, you see medical doctors go into politics and, they are addressed by their titles. So, and sometimes that's appropriate, like a medical doctor could go into politics and then be in some, health and human services board or whatever. So anyway, doctors and medical students, and I know this from experience because I went through it myself, put up with a lot of abuse because at the end of that tunnel and running that gauntlet, they know it's going to be payoff. It's social payoff, it's financial payoff, it's occupational payoff. So, as I was saying, even though this article, let's assume it was peer-reviewed and vetted by the medical school as well, it's still all people in the same informational and intellectual bubble, which we call indoctrination. And I could detail that more, and I have detailed it more in other conversations, but I'll just leave it at that. So, anyway, this is part of the reason that I'm reviewing this. Number one, the topic itself is worthy of review, and I happen to be reading a lot about this right now, which is why I looked at this article today. But the other thing is this is an example of how anybody, all of you out in my audience, whether you're medical doctors or specialists or subspecialists or family practice or general internal medicine, or you're a health coach or you're a pharmacist or whatever. I mean, you could have any job or degree or no job and no degree. None of that matters for what I'm talking about right now. And that is, you all have to think critically. So as I already deflated the illusion around this, this is an article written by a medical physician who went through 4 years of undergraduate, 4 years of graduate medical school. I'm presuming 3 years at least to become a psychiatrist, I believe. Most board certifications require at least 3 years of hospital training. And then in order to be, part of a faculty within a specialty division of a medical school, this person would have to have other credentials on top of that, other certifications, fellowships, probably some publications and all that. So again, my point is, this is, in a social sense, this is a high-level publication. Like, I'm sure this guy was very proud and probably got slapped on the back for, congratulating himself or being congratulated by his peers. It's like, oh, wow, you got a publication in Annals of Clinical Psychiatry. So, this is kind of the type of publication that a doctor would want in order to, make their CV look good, make their bio look good, and say, hey, I'm a published researcher in Annals of Clinical Psychiatry. And this is total crap. So now that I've given you the context and background, again, with the emphasis on critical reading and critical thinking, now I'm going to get into the nuts and bolts of this. So I'm going to look at this article, like I said. His primary reference for this, what he's saying here, is this other article, Lithium Toxicity from an Internet Dietary Supplement, from Journal of Medical Toxicology. Again, this is a major, in the scheme of like intellectuality and contributions to science, this is total garbage as well. But for a doctor or professor or academician to get published, a feature article published in Journal of Medical Toxicology, again, I mean, these people probably got a raise, or at least they got noticed and congratulated. And, they were walking down the hall and somebody said, oh, congratulations for your new publication. You've saved thousands of lives, bullshit like that. Okay, so here comes the review, and I'll keep this short and dense. Okay, so let's look at this letter to the editor. A resident at our university clinic recently evaluated a patient who reported using lithium orotate 240 milligrams per day for self-diagnosed bipolar disorder. The diagnosis had not been confirmed, and the patient did not show signs of toxicity. Lithium orotate is a salt of orotic acid and lithium, widely available over the internet and websites and all this kind of stuff. So let's see, let's backtrack a little bit. 240 milligrams of lithium orotate. So I talked about this yesterday. So remember what I said yesterday? Let me get my models again. Sorry about the wrinkles in my t-shirt. But today's Casual Thursday, and I'm doing a short video, so I get to wear a t-shirt. Remember what I said yesterday? You've got the lithium ion here, and then you have to connect it to something. And in this case, it's connected to orotate. So when you talk about lithium orotate, you have to have some idea that 240 milligrams is the combined weight of lithium and orotate. In this case, the lithium is only 4%, and the orotate is 96%, approximately. So at 240 milligrams, that's only 10 milligrams of elemental lithium. To put that in context, some estimates are as high as 3 milligrams per day, just getting lithium from tap water and vegetables and things like that. So normal, maximum dietary consumption that's been reported, I'm still trying to confirm this, but the sources haven't worked out the way that they should. But the maximum dietary intake of lithium that's been reported is 3 milligrams of elemental lithium per day. And this patient took 10. Well, if 3 is what people get from tap water, do you really think that 10 is worthy of a publication like this? Anyway, let's go on. But they already played their cards. This is hilarious. This buffoon played his cards in his first sentence. Possible dangers of a nutritional supplement, lithium orotate. In the first sentence, he says, the patient did not show signs of toxicity. Well, then what the hell are we wasting our time for? And why did this get published? This is yet another example of the exact same thing I said yesterday, and that is, this is bullshit research getting published just to get the publication in a journal, and then an article like this could get picked up by the New York Times or something like that, and they're going to say, oh, well, lithium is dangerous and nutritional supplements are unregulated and this should be controlled by the government. Look at what he says, possible dangers of a nutritional supplement, lithium orotate. In his first sentence, he says the patient did not show signs of toxicity. So why was this even published? Why did this guy even waste his time? He did this happened, he did it, and it got accepted, and it now exists in reality, because in the medical world, they're desperate to find anything that they can to talk bad about effective nutritional interventions. So it's the anti-lithium conspiracy, and that's what I talked about yesterday. On his second paragraph, he ends by saying, obviously, this preparation can be seriously toxic